Sorry, kindly rise for the procession.
Please be seated. Good morning, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the College Council, the principal, the staff, and the entire Our Ladies of Education community, I'd like to welcome you all to the 12th congregation of the college. I'll entreat you all to be seated quietly and patiently follow the proceedings for the day. We'll start with an open prayer by Reverend Father Dr. Anthony Saki, the college chaplain, after which we'll all still keep standing and sing the national anthem.
Shall we all stand for the prayers? We begin our graduation ceremony and our prayers in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Not to us, O Lord, not to us, but to your name give the glory for the sake of your love and your steadfastness. Father in heaven, you are the Lord of creation, you are the Father of all, you are the Maker of all. Your children thank you, your children honor you, your children glorify you for giving them yet another day and for sustaining us in life. We have come today to witness and to observe the graduation ceremony of some of our friends and some of our students. Your children entered this college to acquire some discipline from your hands and to acquire some knowledge and skills to be able to help our nation Ghana. They have successfully gone through the academic endeavors and today they are graduating. So we pray for them, that be with them wherever they are, wherever they may be in the future, and let their dreams and aspirations be seen through the power of your Holy Spirit. We pray today for all our dignitaries in a special way. For our guest of honor, Honorable Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, that you be with him and guide him, send the Holy Spirit upon him, that he'll be able to give direction to our gathering and bring it to a successful close. We pray for all other dignitaries gathered here, that your promptings will help them to deliver for the greater glory of your name. We pray for all of us gathered here, that your Holy Spirit will inspire us to be able to listen and listen attentively, to go through this program successfully, that at the end of it all we shall give glory to your name and to your name alone. As well as for travelers who are coming to join us, we pray that carry them on eagle's wings and bring them to us. Let them join us successfully, that we shall all give glory to your name at the end of our proceedings, where we will sing glory be to you, Father, glory be to you, Son, and glory be to you, Holy Spirit. We pray for our community of Ola, Our Lady of Apostles, that be with us, bless our principal members of administration, our staff members teaching and non-teaching, and bless all our students as well. And grant that whatever we do, we may begin in your own inspiration and in your own name be happily ended. We make all this prayer asking for many more favors through Christ our Lord, who lives and reigns with you in the love and the unity of the Holy Spirit, one God, forever and ever. Amen. Great and strong, of freedom and of right. In your house we truly believe assurance, fearless honesty, and love that's truly. Sister praises from with all love and might forevermore. And love that's truly. Sister praises from with all love and might forevermore.
Please be seated. Please be seated. Would like to invite the college patron and council chairman, Most Right Reverend Matthias Kobna Nketia, Emeritus Archbishop of Cape Coast, to give us the welcome address and the constitution of the 12th congregation of the college.
So, thank you, Secretary. I just want to say that I stand here on behalf of Most Reverend Charles Gabriel Palmer-Bockel, who is the Archbishop of Cape Coast and the patron of this venerable institution. And I am a emeritus patron, as I'm emeritus Archbishop. So that is what is happening. I do it on his behalf. He would have loved to be here, but he has another assignment of equal importance. He is on pastoral visit to one of our parishes. He couldn't be here. So, special guest, Honorable Minister of Education, Dr. Matthew Poku Prempeh, Central Regional Minister and Guest of Honor, Honorable Pamela Duncan. Nana, we invited Nana Amahine of the Oga traditional, you couldn't make it. Nana Ama Yaba, Hima of Oga traditional area, and all Nananum here present. Metropolitan Chief Executive, Honorable Ernest Arthur, Vice Chancellor, the University of Cape Coast, and guest speaker, Professor Joseph Gati Ampia, Director of the Institute of Education, University of Cape Coast, Deans, Provosts, Registrars, and Deputy Registrars, Secretaries, and all personnel from the UCC, dignitaries from the National Council for Tertiary Education, NCTE, the Regional and Metropolitan Directors, GES, Cape Coast, General Members of Ola College of Education, Council Members, Principal, Vice Principal, Vice Principal, Ola College of Education, and all principals present, all heads of institutions and managing directors and NGOs present, priests, religious staff of Ola College of Education, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, friends of the media, members of security services here present, the graduates, continuing students, ladies and gentlemen. The 2018-2019 academic year has gone round, and by the grace of God, the Ola College of Education has the opportunity today to hold its annual congregation and graduation ceremony. As you can see, the Ola College of Education is comfortably, and not to say majestically, located on this promontory overlooking the mighty Atlantic Ocean. And this location gave the college an aura of prominence, which indeed it is. It has preeminence among the colleges of education here in Ghana, and this is widely acknowledged. The college is the first female college of education south of the Sahara. It was established by the Missionary Sisters of Our Lady of Apostles in 1924 and was officially approved and adopted in 1926 by the government of Ghana, at that time Gold Coast. It initially offered post, middle, and secondary certificate program. Having attained the tertiary status in 2005, it now offers diploma programs. It is instructive to observe that Ola Training College, Ola College of Education, is the only female college of education offering science and mathematics. The college has hugely impacted the female human resource in Ghana in the area of teacher education. I would like to observe also here that Our Lady of Apostles, as a faith-based institution, has always emphasized and still emphasizes the religious values as an essential element or factor in teacher education for national development. And we sincerely hope that the latter-day curriculum will respect that. I have no doubt that in the report of the principal, we shall hear the perennial success story, which will be borne out by the awards received by the graduates. I am sure that will be a success story of total human and spiritual formation for God and country. I welcome you, graduates, and congratulate you for successfully going through the rigors of the 4 years of formation. Or is it 3? 4 years formation. I hope you will let your training, your formation count in your chosen field of endeavor. The soldiers there, I heard them say that what they have chosen is to be soldiers. No, it's not out of place. Yes, go and be soldiers in the classroom, soldiers in the country. Your weapon should be knowledge. Your weapon should be the total formation, the holistic formation that you have got here. And if the smartness that I observed here is going to be translated into the classroom, then minister, you have no fear in the classroom education. So I congratulate you for this. I sincerely thank your excellencies and all important guests and all of you for having responded positively to be with us for the very important occasion. I welcome you all warmly. And again, as I said, on behalf of His Grace, Most Reverend Charles Gabriel Palmer-Bockel, who would have loved to be here with us, but has been unable to do so because of another assignment. Once again, I welcome you all very warmly. Thank you. Then we will have to move to the constitution of this congregation. And I would like to stand on the protocol already established and duly observed, and to declare that by the authority vested in me as chairman of the council, I have the honor and the privilege to declare the 12 congregations of Our Lady of Apostles College of Education duly constituted. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Most Reverend Matthew. Kobana. Please, before we continue with the program, there are some distinguished guests that I'd like to acknowledge their presence. The college is highly honored to have in our midst the Minister for Education, Honorable Dr. Matthew Opoku-Prempeh, in our midst. Let us clap. Also with him is our landlord, the Regional Minister, Central Region, Honorable Kwamna Duncan. Indeed, today we are very privileged. We also have in our presence our own affiliate university head, Professor Joseph Gate Ampia, the Vice Chancellor of the University of Cape Town. We have Mr. David Labi from the Institute of Education, the Registrar. Mrs. Eva Hazel from the Ministry of Education and also a council member. Madame Colette Upati from the National Accreditation Board. Mrs. Stella Wilson, a council member. Mr. Kobna Abakatekson, the CEO of Santec Limited. Mrs. Joyce Emma Ataporte, a council member. Dr. Anthony Babeyeri, the principal of Fosu College of Education. Dr. Emmanuel Kasama, principal of Yosu College of Education. Mr. Kofi Abio Nkrumah from the Students' Loan Trust. Mr. Charles Ogbingbe from Omega Ompe Systems. We also have in our midst Ms. Dora A. Bona, Regional Material Manager from Ghana Water Company. Mr. Albert Osei, Principal, Cape Coast Technical Institute. We also have Ms. Ama Nyankomafo, an Olapsan, and the presenter from the OG Associate Award, and also from the University of Cape Coast. Mrs. Lime, the principal of Holy Child College. Mr. Richard Denako, sorry if I'm not able to pronounce it well. Please pardon me. He is the manager GCB UCC. Then Mr. Eko Manasco Roxon, Aketechiman. And we have in our midst our own Nanama Iyaba, a council member. We'll continue as and when the name gets to us. We've come to another important part. We'll listen to the valedictory address by Ms. Mavis James.
The Chairman of the College Council, Most Reverend Matthias Kobena Nketia, the Emeritus Archbishop of Cape Coast, the guest speaker, Professor Joseph Gatti Ampere, Vice Chancellor of University of Cape Coast, the special guest of honor, Honorable Dr. Matthew Obuku-Prempeh, Minister of Education and a Member of Parliament for Malaysia South, the guest of honor, Honorable Pamela Duncan, the Central Regional Minister, Nanano, the clergy and the religious, the principal and the vice principal, principals from sister colleges, teaching and non-teaching staff, parents, fellow graduates, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I feel really honored to stand here today to address the gathering of this august occasion. I first of all thank God Almighty for giving us life and the opportunity to see this glorious day. Glory be to His name. I honestly never thought of being a teacher. As fate will have it, I found myself here. This college is where I had my dreams. I had a vision as a level 100 student to always and in all ways excel in my academics and also be amongst the best students with a satisfactory result. Though I met a lot of challenges along the way, with resilience, perseverance, and determination, I sailed through. Thank you, Reverend Sister Elizabeth Omapani and the entire staff for giving me this opportunity to exploit my talent, gift, and what I am actually made of. Your Grace Chair, on 3rd October 2015, we, the graduating class of 2018, gained admission into Ola College of Education, the premier women's college in the sub-Saharan Africa. The ambience and neatly kept environment gave us the strong edge to study with all our hearts and minds and live in accordance with the college's rules and regulations. Having known the vision of the college to provide a truly holistic training, undoubtedly, we did not only excel in our academics, but in social activities like sports, cadet parades, cultural display, spelling bee quiz competitions, and others as well. Yes, the liberal man shall surely be free. Today evidently marks the crowning of our efforts. By dint of hard work, we have made it. Indeed, each graduate here has a reason to put a beautiful smile on her face, because the journey was never easy. Your Grace Chair, college life was full of memorable events that groomed us ethically, physically, academically, and spiritually. We will cherish them eternally. Some of these moments got us smiling and made us want to come back to college. They included early morning mass, the ever-thrilling SRC week celebration, dog trotting, a number of students running to different directions, almost causing the buildings to tumble down, especially when one did not respond quickly to the whistle. We can never forget the famous employment without pay, where every Tom, Dick, and Harry was expected to work extremely well to make her workplace evidently sparkling. Truly, the vigorous scrubbing, mopping, weeding, laying of beds became more or less. Our seniors actually put us on our toes by using this popular saying, if you falter, you are perfect. You dare not wear a uniform which was given an inch above your knee and unkempt hair. Most definitely, all this training and experiences nurtured us into becoming responsible wonder women of substance. To my fellow graduates, it is crystal clear that the college has done its part in giving us the holistic training we ever needed. It therefore behoves us to let all these experiences and training reflect in our everyday lives. We can do them through determination, which should imperatively be the distinguishing characteristic of all of us here. I believe nobody is a failure. You can only fail when you do not have set goals for yourself. As we all know, there is an Akan adage that goes as Obraniwara, which is transliterated as life is how you make it. God is always faithful. He has directed us throughout our stay here, and He will continue to direct us as we advance in life. To the continuing students, I will encourage you to learn very hard to achieve all your aims for coming here. Be faithful to your boss, just as our school motto urges us to be Semper Fidelis, which literally means always faithful. Let your labor come to fruition. I remember when I was in level 100, anytime I carried my bag and left for class, a group of my seniors would call me Book Long. This continued for a long time and eventually became my name. I almost gave up on my studies because I felt embarrassed to even study. Nonetheless, it was with determination, self-motivation, and focus that brought me this far. This is the essence of being a Book Long. I hope you take a cue from this. Your Grace Chair, I agree with Havamaki who said, none of us got to where we are alone, whether the assistance we received was subtle or obvious. It is convenient for me to at this juncture acknowledge the wonderful people who contributed immensely in making us good products of the college. I first of all thank God Almighty for His sufficient grace in seeing us through our 3-year diploma in basic education. To our ever beautiful principal, Reverend Sister, we say thank you for admitting us. Your constructive criticisms, encouragement, as well as your timely advice have helped us to excel to the glory of God's name. We have an undying love for you. To the formidable staff, both teaching and non-teaching, we are very grateful for the altruistic services you rendered to us. Thank you for imparting knowledge to us, giving us nourishing food to eat, and maintaining the beautiful state of our We could not have possibly chosen a better college to attend. My next acknowledgement goes to my family and friends for their prayers and unflinching support. I thank in a special way the late Reverend Father Isidore Bonabon, whom I know will be very proud of me today because I have not been a disappointment. May his soul rest in perfect peace. Amen. Your Grace Chair, the guest speaker, the special guest of Anna, the Nanon, the clergy and the religious, principal and vice principal, staff, parents, fellow graduates, ladies and gentlemen. I thank you all for your time and presence to celebrate with us. God richly bless you all. To my colleagues, let us endeavor to make our light brighten every corner of the world, so that people will drool upon singing the wonders we can do out of what Ola College of Education has freely given us. Remember, the sky is not our limit, and we should not rest on our oars. Let us not forget to be role models to the young ones we are going to teach. I will encourage you to bring out the best in the learners. Let us not promote rote learning, but rather allow them to think critically. There should be good communication where there will be a mutual respect between us and the learners. There should be an effective teamwork and collaboration with the community we find ourselves in, as well as the learners. All these are aimed at developing the 21st century skills among our learners. We need to give them the picture of what they can be. I congratulate you all and wish you a brighter future. I wish you all the best and enjoy your day. Long live the teaching profession. Long live Ola College of Education. Long live Mother Ghana. Thank you.
Let's give the culture to another round of performance. A wonderful performance. I now have the privilege to invite the principal of the college, Sister Dr. Makwai, to give us her welcome address. With a round of applause, let's give a further round of applause as she comes out.
Chairman of the College Government Council, Most Reverend Mathias Nketia, Honorable Minister of Education, Dr. Matthew Ubuku Prempeh, our Central Regional Minister, Honorable Pamela Duncan, members of the College Government Council, Vice Chancellor, University of Cape Coast, Professor Joseph Jakampia, the clergy, the religious, Nanano, Get Fund Administrator, Mr. Richard Uedu, members of the Youth Council here present, representative or executive secretary, National Accreditation Board, provost, deans, directors, registrars of the University of Cape Coast, country directors of TTEL and Sabre Trusts, representative from the Student Loan Trust Fund, directors of education and heads of institutions, principals from sister colleges of education, heads of security services, special invited guests, members of convocation and other supporting staff, former staff members of the college, college alumni who love sons, retired educationists, happy graduates, parents, guardians, families and friends, the media, our valued sponsors, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. With a deep sense of respect, I have a singular honor as a college principal to add my voice to that of my council chair to welcome all of you to the 12th congregation of Our Lady of Apostles College of Education. Your Grace Chair, permit me to specifically welcome the Honorable Minister of Education, Dr. Matthew Ubuku Prempeh, who is visiting the premier women's college in Ghana and the whole of Sub-Saharan Africa for the first time since his appointment as the Minister of Education. Honorable, you are most welcome to our beautiful Hill of Tranquility and the seat of holistic training. Let me also seize this opportunity again on the Honorable Minister to congratulate him for being adjudged the best performing minister in the current administration on the basis of policy, delivery and hard work. Congratulations, Minister. We feel very privileged and I'm personally excited to play host to the Honorable Minister in the Central Region. In the same vein, ladies and gentlemen, permit me to also extend special welcome to Professor Joseph Jakampia, even though he's in his own familiar territory. And also the regional minister, Honorable Pamela Duncan. I also wish to extend a special welcome to the Get Fund Administrator, Mr. Richard Uedu, and my colleague principals from sister colleges, and all of you gathered here, invited guests. Archbishop Chairman, our college community feels highly honored to have such an impressive array of august personalities gathered today to celebrate once again the hard work, not only of the graduating class, but also the dedication and commitment of management, staff, parents, and other stakeholders connected to the great Our Lady of Apostles College of Education. I am personally humbled to see all of you here, and your presence is an encouragement and motivation to those of us here. The theme for this year's congregation, empowering the teacher trainee to develop 21st century skills among learners, express our dynamism as a college to keep abreast with the contemporary knowledge economy, as well as using every resource and opportunity at our disposal to augment efforts of the government to improve the quality of the teachers that we train through effective teaching and learning strategies. In our determination to do this, the college has initiated several interventions to promote activity-based as well as reflective teaching and learning, and to pave the way to make the training of our teachers who pass through our walls more practical and more action-oriented. Promoting our vision and mission as a college. During the academic year under review, Ola College of Education took advantage of several interventions, including that of the Transforming Teacher Education and Learning (TEL), national and zonal workshops organized by the University of Cape Coast through the Institute of Education, our collaboration with Sabre Education to implement reflective activity-based teaching and learning. All these have culminated into continuous professional development training for our lecturers and helped us to introduce positive changes into our training practices. Ola College of Education has in the last 10 years networked with Open University of the UK through TESA, and in the last 2 years linked up with the same Open University through the massive Open Online course, MOOC, for exchange of ideas and sharing of best practices through video conferencing and other online techniques. My lecturers and senior management staff are well placed in the integration of ICT in teaching and learning, as well as management processes. Our lecturers continue to seek avenues to upgrade themselves at the postgraduate level. Currently, for example, there are about 18 lecturers pursuing doctoral degrees in various universities. The college campus is fully networked with fiber optic technology, which gives the college community an uninterrupted internet connectivity. This, I believe, is making life on campus manageable and enjoyable for both students and staff to source for information, embrace lifelong learning, and carry out research and be in touch with the global world. Our challenges. Most Reverend Chair, Honorable Minister of Education, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the college is doing extremely well and delivering on its mandates. However, there are challenges confronting us which tend to impede efforts of management and staff to move the college to a world-class level. As special guests of honor, for your attention, here are a few of the hitches I wish to bring before you. Ola College of Education is the only all-female college of education in the country offering science and mathematics programs. Every year, the college turns out about 80 or more female science teachers for our basic schools, who tend to encourage and serve as role models for our girls in the junior and senior high schools to pursue the STEM programs. Unfortunately, the college has no standard science laboratory to engage our students to do more serious practical work and experiments. The Aspa Konkufuor administration initiated the construction of 3 very important emergency projects on our campus in 2006. A science laboratory, an ultramodern library, and a 6-unit early childhood lecture halls. All 3 projects are still far from completion. In fact, they are at a standstill. For some, either the initial contractor or the consultant has even abandoned the project, and the project had to be re-tendered. I wish to plead with the Honorable Minister of Education and the administration of GET Fund to take personal interest and come to our aid to ensure the completion of these all-important GET Fund projects, especially the science laboratory that is badly needed to give practical touch to activities-based orientations, as well as helping us meet our target of enrolling more science and early childhood students of approximately 300 per cohort. The access road to the college was in a very bad condition until 3 weeks ago, when the Honorable Regional Minister came to our aid and organized to have the potholes filled, making the college accessible, making the road accessible a bit and manageable. As you saw coming up, we are very grateful to the Honorable Minister, Kwame Duncan, for coming to our aid, and wish to reiterate our plea to the Regional Minister to seal this kind gesture of his by putting asphalt on the filled potholes and the little inner roads on the campus. Transportation is a serious challenge facing this great college. The college desperately needs an additional bus to send trainees to and fro for school observation and attachment as prescribed by the new Bachelor of Education curriculum vis-a-vis the introduction of the STS, which requires students to be exposed to classroom situations at least once a week. The college has only one vehicle for administrative use and a minibus of 20 years old for monitoring and supervision and for monitoring and supervising our students on internship, their program, making our work extremely difficult and sometimes very ineffective. Academics, and in relation to the graduating class of 2018. In October 2015, the college admitted 395 young ladies to this serene environment to pursue the 3-year diploma in basic education in science, mathematics, early childhood, and the general program options. It is a mission that the college embraced with all seriousness to turn out quality teachers and future women of substance for Mother Ghana. The fruit is what we are celebrating today. This year, by the grace of God, we will be graduating 383 trained teachers, made up of general, early childhood 143, general 239, and the sciences and mathematics option. As a training institution, we are confident that our graduates have been adequately and holistically prepared and are therefore capable of excelling wherever they find themselves, promoting high quality teaching and learning, as well as helping to foster creative thinking, reflective practice, and lifelong learning among their learners to meet the challenges of the 21st century. Honorable Ministers, Your Grace, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, our graduating class of 2018 performed quite well in both their professional and academic assessments. But the college, knowing their capabilities, expected them to have done much better. They only needed to have applied themselves a bit more. There is, however, a slight improvement over last year's results, and the details are as follows. 14 students obtained first-class honors, with 5 of them scoring a CGPA of 3.8. The highest obtaining a CGPA of 3.83. 160 students obtained second class honors upper division. 120 students attained second class honors lower division. 57 students had third class and 33 had a pass. Since the inception of the diploma program, this is the first time the college has recorded so many passes. Yes, which is a bit disappointing. Also, in comparison to last year, our first class also dropped by 2. Last year we had 16 first class, 16 obtaining first class, and this year we have 14. But the good news is that the second class upper went up, and as usual, no student failed. Mr. Chairman, honorable ministers, permit me to appreciate my able, hardworking staff, always ready and willing to go the extra mile. I want to use this platform to express my deepest gratitude to each one of you for your unrelenting support. You have never rested on your oars to propel this institution into one of academic and professional excellence. Thank you, colleagues, for your gift of self and commitment, always ready to go the extra mile, always to give of your very best. God bless you. My graduating class of 2018, you are pacesetters in the history of initiative education in Ghana. And I'm sure some of you are wondering why. It is with your group that the government of Ghana initiated the teacher licensing. In the effort to professionalize teaching as a noble career in Ghana. I dare say that for those of you who have passed the licensure exams, with your provisional license, you are put above those who do not hold any such license. And therefore, you are expected to be more efficient and effective as teachers. As you embrace your profession, be audacious and dare to make a difference in the lives of the children entrusted to your care. Let the world know that you are licensed teachers. Ghana needs teachers who are visionaries, teachers imbued with a spirit of commitment and sacrifice. You have enjoyed the full complement of the government of Ghana's teacher education reforms and interventions rolled out through the TETL. And as the adage goes, to him who much is given, much is expected. Go out therefore and put everything that you have been taught and learned into practice. Remember, always remember the college motto, Semper Fidelis, always faithful. Be faithful to live the ideals and values instilled in you through this college, especially the value of integrity, which is easily defined, yet it is well recognized in people who embody it. Such people are true to themselves, honest, upright, decent in their relationship with others. Try to be people of integrity, always doing the right thing even when it is not acknowledged by others. Abraham Lincoln once said, "I'm not bound to win, but I'm bound to be true. I'm not bound to succeed, but I'm bound to live up to what light I have." Keep true. Never be ashamed of doing the right thing. Said George Eliot, decide on what you think is right and stick to it. Dare to make a difference in the classrooms where you are being placed. This is the kind of value that you are expected to reflect as fresh teachers who have been imbibed with the principles of holistic training on this beautiful hill. Again, whether you succeed as a professional licensed teacher or not, will depend on how you tackle challenges and utilize the opportunities that come your way. My dear fresh teachers, our nation needs selfless, dedicated, God-fearing, and ethical teachers. The need is urgent and the cry is desperate. Our resources have not always been fairly and equitably distributed, but then you must not wait until you have all the resources before you deliver. You can improvise and you can shine wherever you are planted. You are joining the teaching force with a mandate and a mission to train and make the future generations agents of change. Finally, on behalf of the college community, I extend to you all, my dear graduates, our warmest congratulations. You have entered the ranks of fresh teachers with the objective to inspire every child you teach. I can sense that your willingness to grasp the torch bestowed on you to light the world is even more urgent. Appreciation. We are eternally grateful to all our stakeholders and sponsors, without whose support this award, this ceremony, and the award that we are going to give wouldn't have been possible. I want to particularly thank the Honorable Minister for accepting to sponsor the overall best students, and all other sponsors, and all individuals who have helped in so many ways. Zenith Bank, Santex Supermarket, Akitejima Rural Bank, Omega Computer Systems, and many others. My appreciation extends to all of you and individuals who have always been there to give support and to motivate us and to spur us on. A huge debt of gratitude is also owed to the families and friends of our graduates. You entrusted us with the duty of shaping and forming the professional lives of your wards some 3 years ago. It is a responsibility that we took very seriously. We joined our forces and strength, and the result is what we are celebrating. Indeed, today is a very special day for our graduates, for your families, friends, and of course for the Ola College community, because it marks the successful conclusion of a long and challenging journey which has paid off. Finally, I want to thank all our distinguished ladies and gentlemen for joining us and for gracing this occasion with their august presence. We are grateful to you all for coming and for making our 12th annual convention such a big success. Thank you for your attention. May God bless us all.
Another round of applause for the principal for a wonderful address. We would like to acknowledge the presence of the following people. Mr. William Milan Ahimatevia, Senior Assistant Registrar, Institute of Education. Mrs. Doris Ishan, General Manager of Kali Schools, Ghana, and a love sign. Mrs. Edith Ishan, GES. Mr. Richard A. Wedu, Get Fund Administrator. Mrs. Justina Abudeche, a former teacher of Ola College. Mr. Christopher Adekwatin, former Vice Principal, Ola College. Reverend Joseph Inchi Asamoah, Principal of Principal College of Education. We also have the presence of the academic and non-academic staff of Ola College of Education, parents and guardians, media, and then also Miss Florence Ofe, Headmistress, Academy of Christ the King. I now have the pleasure to invite the Vice Principal of the College, Sister Agnes Rita Abdullah, to lead us in the presentation of awards. Let's welcome with a round of applause.
is she?
Doris Esham.
Yeah, what is she?
She's the general manager of Cali School.
Ghana.
Ghana.
Thank you. Twelfth Annual Congregation
Of Excellence. Twelfth Annual Congregation 2019 Excellence Award winners. Category 1. We have Lawyer Atasuno's Award. May I please invite the council chairman to do this award. And it goes to the best graduating students in English language studies. To Miss Owusu Janfi. Ladies Owusu Janfi. Thank you. Thank you, Council Chairman. The next award is Honorable Yao Osafo Marcos Award, and it goes to the best graduating student in mathematics. May I have the honor of inviting the Central Regional Minister, Honorable Pamela Duncan, and also the special guest of the guest of honor to do this presentation. Honorable Osafo Marcos Award. It goes to Miss Clara Doherty. Thank you, Honorable. We also have Zenith Bank Award. And may I invite Ms. Colette Kupati from the National Accreditation Board to do this award. And the award goes to the best graduating student in sciences, Ms. Mavis Owusu Janfi. Thank you. Thank you. So interesting. I had
The other awards that continue, like general, like they for the first place.
Thank you. We have the OG Associate Award. And may I invite Ms. Amanya Pomafo and Olafsan 98 and also from the OG Associates Limited. Thank you, Madam. This award goes to the best graduating student in ICT. And it is to Miss Charity Akoto. Thank you. Thank you very much. The next award is Suntech Company Award. And it goes to the best graduating student in Ghanaian language and culture. May I now invite Mr. John Kobna Abakatesen, the Managing Director of Suntech, to do this award. The award goes to Ms. Georgina Odro. Thank you, Mr. Abakatesen. The next award is Professor Dominic Fomis Award. and it goes to the best graduating student in education studies. May I invite Mr. David Labby, as Senior Assistant Registrar, Institute of Education, UCC, to do this award. And the award goes to Miss Mary Lumo. Thank you very much, Mr. David Labby. Now we have the SEBA Education Award for the best graduating students in the application of early childhood transformational teaching pedagogies. May I invite Mrs. Margaret Lame, Principal of Holy Child College of Education, to do this award. And the award goes to Miss Perpetua Abu Bright. Miss Perpetua Abu Bright.
Another election I was announced Mrs. the president of the local branch. President.
Okay. Thank you very much. The next award is Olapa Student Association Award, OLAPSA, for the best graduating student in practical teaching. May I invite Mrs. Josephine Abba Eichua, OLAPSA, and the staff of Ola College of Education to do this award. The award goes to Miss Mavis Owusu Jerry. Thank you very much. The next award is the Costume Company Award, and it goes to the best graduating student in action research. May I invite the principal of Osun College of Education, Dr. Anthony Babari, to do this presentation. Sorry. The award goes to Miss Erin Ansan. Thank you very much. Now, we have the Principal's Special Award, that is the college, Ola College of Education, the Principal's Special Award. And it goes to, it is for the SRC President 2016-2017 academic year. May I now invite the Chief Executive of Ola College of Education, Reverend Sister Elizabeth Abakwani, to do this presentation. And it goes to Miss Salome Ukuyibo, SRC President 2016-2017 academic year.
Because category, I don't know about this one. It's a first class. What do you do? Like this one. You see, there are others at the back.
Thank you very much, Principal.
Think about it. Think about it.
Now we have Professor George Odros Award for Best Graduating Student Leader. May I invite the Principal of Yoso College of Education, Dr. Emmanuel Kasame, to do this presentation. It goes to Miss Fidelia Enchi, Best Graduating Student Leader. Thank you very much.
Special awards. And then you don't mention that they have first because the conference are winning. So it's special awards for these. And who will present them? You just mention again. So and who is coming to do the presentation? Because I didn't have it.
Okay, we again have Suntech Supermarket Company Award. In fact, he has sponsored twice. And this award is for the most hard-working graduating student. May I again call on Mr. John Abakatexen, Suntech Company Limited General Director or Managing Director, to again do this presentation.
Mr. Nati, sister, already I did the boss what the Abba have.
Now the award goes to Miss Charity Akoto. Miss Charity Akoto, most hard-working graduating student. Thank you, Mr. Abakatese. Now we have the Vimacom Enterprise Award for the best graduating chorister. Soloist. May I invite Mrs. Eva Hazel, council member, to do this presentation. And the award goes to Miss Mavis Owusu Jani, best graduating chorister. Thank you so much. Administrator. Thank you. We also have the Mendel Sportswear Award for Best Graduating Sports Lady. May I invite Mr. Kofi Aban from Students' Loan to do this presentation. And it goes to Miss Josephine Konegu Atakuta.
Because we had 3, this is 2. So we finished 2 before 3.
Thank you very much. We also have Vertebra Company Award for Best Graduating Student in Maths and Science Program. May I invite Mrs. Eunice Eshen, General Manager of Catholic Schools, Ghana, to do this presentation. It goes to Miss Mavis Owusu Jani.
Oh, sorry.
Mrs. Florence Eshen.
The best, or you skipped. You skipped.
That is the fridge there.
No, but you skipped.
He told me to finish. Yes, I was going to do it, and he said I should.
Best in the category.
She told me that I should do this before
no.
here.
But we has mentioned it, so let's do it.
Oh, okay.
Say it.
Yeah. Because I asked. And he said I should finish here this one before I go to do single one overall this.
You know.
Because mine is here, the Omega is here again. So I have to call the
But we're saying we don't have friends anymore.
Thank you the best graduating student in Maths and Science program, Miss Lewis Muslim. Thank you, Mrs. Florence. Now, we have Akatechman Rural Bank Award. If the representative for the general manager is around, please, you can do us the honor of presenting this award. For the best graduating student in general program, it goes to Miss Erin Ansah. Miss Erin Ansah, best graduating student in the general program, Akatechman Rural Bank Limited. Akatechman Rural Bank has an office here. The bank is on site, Ola campus. They are the bank that accepted to be here with us, and they have been with us for a long time. Thank you very much, Akatechman Rural Bank. We have also Omega Company Award, another award from Omega. So Omega representative, please come round to do this representation. It is for the best graduating, the best graduating student in early childhood program, Miss Irina Koko Nati. Omega Company Award, best graduating student in early childhood program, Irina Koko Nati. Okay, thank you so much, Omega. Now, we have a special category here for first class students. And may I have the honor of inviting Mr. Richard Wedu, Administrator Get Fund, to do this series of presentation. First class, Miss Lumo Mary, General Program. Please come forward. Followed by Miss Akoto Charity, General Program. Please come forward. The third one, Dog Batsy, Clara, Science and Maths, or Maths and Science Program. Sarkodie Agri Charity, Maths and Science Program, first class. Daka Janet, General Program. NG Fidelia, Maths and Science Program. Elizabeth Sapon, Maths and Science Program. Eson Patricia Noma, General Program. Mensa Evelyn Tima, General Program. Edu Portia, General Program. Ameko Elionam Yawa, Maths and Science Program. Thank you very much, Mr. Boone, Administrator Get Fund. First class awards. Thank you very much. Now, we are having the last, but not the least, a special award, overall best. And may I have the honor of inviting the Minister of Education, Honorable Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, who is the special guest of honor, and Honorable Haruna Duncan, Central Regional Minister, also special guest of honor, and the Vice Chancellor, University of Cape Coast, and the CEO of the Black College of Education, Reverend Sister Elizabeth Mako, and the Council Chairman. Hey, how can I forget my council? let her read the citation. Now, this is the overall best graduating student, sponsored by special guest of honor, Honorable Matthew Opoku-Prempeh, Minister of Education. And there is a citation by the person receiving it. The person receiving it is Mavis Owusu-Jennifer.
Citation please let us give her a standing ovation. With an applause as well. Citation in honor of Miss Mavis Owusu-Jennifer, overall best first class student, class 2018. Mavis Owusu-Jennifer, you entered Our Lady of Apostles College of Education in October 2015 to pursue the 3-year Diploma in Basic Education Program, Science and Mathematics option. Your tenacity of purpose towards your academic and professional pursuits and the desire to excel were immediately noticed. Right from the word go, you were focused, and your desire to succeed propelled you to strive assiduously. You imbibed the college's niche of holistic training and availed yourself of all extracurricular activities. Your dynamism pushed you to go the extra mile in serving your institution and local community. You are an amazing soloist. No wonder you were unanimously voted the president of the college choir for 2016-2017 academic year. You played a very active role as a member of the college cultural troupe. You were equally outstanding in your leadership roles as SRC PRO and president of the College Science and Mathematics Students Association, SMASA. Indeed, you have been a great asset to the college and stand tall among your peers. Your self-discipline and studiousness as a student has earned you this meritorious performance as the overall best first-class graduate. You are indeed an epitome of a holistic trained teacher. For this, Ola College is proud of you and salutes you. Congratulations, Arinze.
So we have the overall best award. And those of you who haven't seen the minister in person, Honorable Dr. Matthew Opoku-Prempeh is here. And also the Honorable Minister, Central Regional Minister is also here, Honorable Pamela Duncan. The college's council chair is also around. And the Vice Chancellor of the University of Cape Coast, our affiliate university, is also here. And they are presenting the award to Ms. Mavis Owusu-Jennifer, overall best students. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. The end of the awards. Thank you.
Nothing fair.
Thank you.
Let's give round of applause for all that glory. Give round of applause for all of them.
In addition, the minister has also promised her a scholarship.
We would like to acknowledge the presence of Dr. Emmanuel Ebosaba, a council member of Ola College of Education. We will now invite the regional minister, Honorable Pamela Duncan, to give us a statement. The choir should give us a song.
What
Thank you very much for the soothing and inspiring song. We have come to another important part of the program where we are going to listen to our guest speaker. And before he comes, we'd like to say something little about him. Our guest speaker for Peck from 2006 to 2010, Head of Department Science and Maths Education 2008 to 2010, Dean Faculty of Education 2010 to 2015, Acting Pro Vice Chancellor from 2012, and Acting Provost College of Education Studies 2014 to 2016. And currently, he is the Vice Chancellor of the University of Cape Coast. We are indeed highly honored to have him as our guest speaker for today's ceremony. Let us, with an applause, welcome Professor Joseph Gatti Ambia.
Thank you very much. Council Chairman, may I stand on the protocol that's already been established by you in addressing this congregation. Council Chairman, Honorable Minister of Education, the 11th Education for All Global Monitoring Report reveals that 10% of global spending on primary education is being lost on poor quality education that is failing to ensure that children learn. According to the report, this situation leaves 1 in 4 young people in poor countries unable to read a single sentence. The report concludes that good teachers are the key to improvement and calls on governments to provide the best in the profession to those who need them most. In a third of countries analyzed by the report, it is reported that less than 3/4 of existing primary school teachers are trained to national standards. In West Africa, where few children are learning the basics, teachers on temporary contracts with low pay and little formal training make up more than half of the teaching force. The report shows that to achieve good quality education for all, governments must provide enough trained teachers. This means attracting the best candidates into teaching, giving them relevant training, deploying them within countries to areas where they are most needed, and offering them incentives to make a long-term commitment to teaching. Council Chair, Honorable Minister of Education, it is important, therefore important and significant, that a 4-year Government of Ghana program supported by UK Aid and led by TTEL has been introduced to transform teacher education and learning in the 40 colleges of education in Ghana. This TTEL program aims to equip teacher trainees in the colleges of education to deliver quality teaching and learning in schools across Ghana. There has been the introduction of 3 4-year programs in basic education in the colleges of education by the Ministry of Education. The aim is to upgrade the diploma status of basic education programs being offered at the colleges to the degree level.
Government and the Ministry of Education must be commended for these initiatives, as government is living up to the responsibility of providing universal quality education to children of school-going age. Council Chairman, basic education constitutes a foundation for the development of human resources for the socio-economic development of any country. Development of quality teacher education programs to turn out quality primary school teachers who will be able to provide all learners irrespective of their age, gender, social, cultural, linguistic, and ethnic background with the opportunity to acquire the appropriate knowledge, skills, values, and attitudes has therefore become paramount. It is for this reason that the government of Ghana continues to allocate a lot of resources to the development of quality basic education. The Bachelor of Basic Education program has been the traditional program through which kindergarten, primary, and junior high school teachers are trained for Ghanaian basic schools. However, the current debate on teacher education at the basic school level in Ghana points to the need to separate the training of kindergarten, primary, and junior high school teachers to enable the prospective basic school teacher acquire the pedagogical skills needed to operate effectively as a kindergarten, primary, or junior high school teacher, as the case may be. And I quote this one from the Ministry of Education document 2017. It is against this background that the University of Cape Coast has developed 4-year Bachelor of Education programs in early childhood, primary, and junior high school, and currently running them in the colleges of education. These programs have been designed to help teacher trainees acquire the necessary knowledge and skills they need to provide them with more authentic and pedagogical context and activities that will help pupils to learn how to learn and become independent lifelong learners. This is in keeping with global trends and the demand for more learner-centered approaches to teaching, coupled with the significant challenges most Ghanaian school children face in the acquisition of functional literacy, numeracy, and problem-solving skills. I am happy that the University of Cape Coast has started implementing its curriculum in 3 areas of early childhood education, primary education, and junior high school education to train teachers for these 3 levels of basic education. The theme for this year's congregation by Ola College of Education captioned, empowering the teacher trainee to develop 21st century skills among learners, is appropriate and timely. And I would like to share a few thoughts on this theme with you. Council, Chairman, and Honorable Minister of Education. A teacher needs a variety of professional development skills along with knowledge of subject matter, pedagogy, pedagogical content knowledge, and experience in order to be an effective teacher. It must be noted that teaching is a science, an art, and a craft. Andrew Johnson made clear distinctions between the science and art and craft of teaching, and I freely quote from his work. Teaching is a science, in that there are strategies and practices that a body of research has shown to be effective in enhancing learning. Teachers should therefore use research to inform their practice. At the individual level, teaching is a science, in that teachers are constantly collecting data by observing their students or pupils in order to see if learning is taking place and how they can learn best. Unlike scientists, teachers experiment with new techniques or strategies to see how they work. For those graduating today, as you go away, remember that teaching is a science. Teaching is an art, in that teachers must bring themselves fully into their teaching. As a teacher, you will need to find the methods and strategies that work best for you. Teachers are not standardized products. What works for one teacher may not work for another. Thus, all the teaching strategies that you learn should be adopted and adapted to fit your particular teaching situation and your personal teaching style. To be an effective teacher, you must carve out your own teaching philosophy and discover your own unique talents and learn how to use them. Teaching therefore requires that teachers have mastery of the subject they are to teach, the appropriate pedagogy, and to deliver subject content knowledge to students, and pedagogical content knowledge, which is the knowledge that teachers develop over time and through experience about how to teach particular content in particular ways in order to lead to enhanced student understanding. These constitute an important cornerstone of teachers' professional knowledge and expertise. This calls for development of additional skills and knowledge by our teachers. Council Chairman and Honorable Minister of Education, we can aid our teacher trainees' conceptual understanding if we are able to get them to reflect on their thinking and communicate that learning in meaningful ways to their peers. As a result, the teaching philosophy in the curricula developed by the University of Cape Coast is to use socio-constructive approaches in our classes to support our students in pursuing both goals, that is, conceptual understanding and skill development, in their courses in a reflective approach. In all these, we believe that enacting socio-constructive methodologies in teaching can be aided by the infusion of modern technology. Consequently, we have a commitment to utilizing emerging technologies in the classroom. In other ways, we encourage tutors never to hesitate to learn about any prevailing technology and use it to support their teaching. Therefore, in this curriculum, teaching approaches that promote knowledge formation, cognitive and character development, critical thinking, and problem solving are encouraged in order to inculcate the right values and attitudes in prospective teachers as envisaged in the National Teacher Education Curriculum Framework and the National Teachers Standards. Decisions tutors take in the teaching and learning situations must be informed by a sound philosophical perspective. Teaching methods such as the use of discussion, jigsaw, project, and problem-based approaches to teaching, investigations, concept maps, interactive teaching and learning approaches should be used in this new teacher education program. Thus, tutors using these curricula should endeavor to employ varied and appropriate teaching approaches that are grounded in the modernist and postmodernist psychology. Teaching might also be defined as a craft. A craft is a skill or set of skills learned through experience. This is exactly what teaching is. This means that one cannot expect to leave the college or the college teacher preparation program as a finished teaching product. Teaching is a complex, multidimensional endeavor, not something that can be mastered in 3 years or 4 years. Master teachers develop over time through experience and continuous study and reflection. Undergraduate and postgraduate teacher preparation programs will not teach you how to teach. Instead, they will give you the basis upon which to learn how to teach. Teacher education programs are expected to improve teachers' performance and their students' achievement. However, becoming a master teacher happens over time with continued professional development and reflection in order to develop appropriate skills to teach effectively. So indeed, your teaching has just begun. One school, the College of Education, where the students finished writing their final exam. This was about 10 years ago. The students were all shouting to their teachers and telling their tutors that we are all NAT members. You may be all NAT members, but you need to continue to teach, continue to reflect, continue to practice before you become like your teacher who has taught you. Janelle Cox has shared some ideas on 21st century skills teachers must possess. I share a few of these with you. The modern era of technology affects the way students learn, and therefore the way teachers will teach. Modern teachers need to be competent in not only basic skills, but new skill sets. Teacher professional development must lead to the acquisition of skills, such as adaptability, confidence, communication, continuous learning, imagination, leadership, innovation, engagement, understanding, and use of technology and empowerment, among others. In this modern digital age, teachers need to be flexible and be able to adapt to whatever is thrown their way. New technologies are developed every day that can change the way students learn and the way teachers teach. Likewise, administrators are changing and updating expectations and learning standards. Being able to adapt is a skill that every modern teacher must have. If it's being able to adapt to the way students learn, the behavior their classroom exhibits, or their lesson plans, it is definitely a trait that is a must-have. Every teacher needs to have confidence, not only in themselves, but in their students and their colleagues. A confident person inspires others to be confident, and a teacher's confidence can help influence others to be a better person. Being able to communicate will not only with your pupils and students, but with parents and staff is an essential skill you must have. Think about it. Almost all of a teacher's day is spent communicating with students and colleagues. So it is crucial to be able to talk clear and concise in order to get your point across. Teaching is a lifelong process. There's always something to learn when you're a teacher. The world is always changing, along with the curriculum and educational technology. So it's up to you, the teacher, to keep up with it. A teacher who is always willing to go that extra mile to learn will always be an effective and successful teacher. The most effective tool teachers can use is their imagination. Teachers need to be creative and think of unique ways to keep their students engaged. An effective teacher is a mentor and knows how to guide his or her students in the right direction. He or she leads by example and is a good role model. She encourages students and leads them to a place of success. A modern teacher is willing to try new things, from new educational apps to teaching skills and electronic devices. I believe that none of you is a born before computer person. And no matter when you were born, you can always learn to use technology. Being innovative means not only trying new things, but questioning your students, making real-world connections and cultivating a creative mindset. Is getting your students to take risks and having students learn to collaborate. Modern teachers know how to find engaging resources. In this digital age, it is essential to find materials and resources for students that will keep them interested. Even as you go away, find a way of still getting onto the internet and learning from there. This means keeping up to date on learning technologies and apps and browsing the web and connecting to fellow teachers. Any way that you can engage students and keep things interesting is a must. Technology is growing at a rapid pace. In the past 5 years alone, we have seen huge advancements and will continue to see it grow. While it may be hard to keep up with it, it is something that all modern teachers need to do. Not only do you just need to understand the latest in technology, but you must also know which digital tools is right for your students. It's a process that must take time, but it will greatly be influential in the success of your students. Teachers inspire. That's just one of the qualities that come along with the title. The modern teacher can empower students to think critically, be innovative, creative, adaptable, passionate, and flexible. They empower them to be able to solve problems, self-direct, self-reflect, and lead. They give them the tools, both digital and knowledgeable, to succeed, not only in school, but in life. I believe that we have been equipped with a lot, and we need to go out there as a confident teacher to deliver. Finally, I hope teacher trainees, graduates, and tutors in the colleges of education, especially Ola College of Education, will reflect on what I've shared with you to improve teacher education and training to complement government's efforts at improving quality of teaching and learning in our schools and colleges. Thank you for your attention.
will almost instantly reveal his passion and commitment to ensuring that every Ghanaian child, irrespective of tribe or social background, or anyone else for that matter receives quality education. Education that is fit for the 21st century. Under the leadership of President Nana Akufo-Addo, the Ministry of Education is embarking on a complete overhauling of the education sector. And I'm sure we can all feel it, can't we? Complete overhauling of the sector. And I must say that it takes somebody with the audacity of the Honorable Minister to champion this cause. Teacher education is also having its fair share and is being upgraded to ensure that pedagogical practices that we employ meet international standards that will ensure that pupils and students in Ghana receive quality education comparable to any country. Through the direction of Honorable Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, the Ministry of Education has ensured the successful implementation and sustainability of the flagship free senior high school program, which has given more students the opportunity of continuing their education beyond BECE. It is also his mission and passion to improve learning outcomes across all levels of education, but most especially in the early childhood, where the right foundation needs to be laid. We can also recall that with the cancellation of the student allowance, it took the audacity and the boldness of our minister, Honorable Matthew Opoku Prempeh, to restore the student allowance. Let's put our hands together for him. With the big plans that Honorable Dr. Opoku Prempeh has for education, and how he handles his tax compares with the precision of a surgeon, which he actually is. We have no doubt in our minds that Ghana education is in good standing for a better future. No wonder he has been adjudged the overall best minister for 2 consecutive years, one in 2017 and 2019. And not only that, he continues to receive worldwide recognition for his efficiency and effectiveness. Recently, I was in Israel, and the director of the center there, as soon as he saw the Ghanaians, he said, "Do you know the Honorable Minister? You are lucky to have him as your education minister." Let's put our hands together for him. On this occasion of our 12th annual congregation, we are highly privileged and very much elated to have him as our special guest of honor. Ladies and gentlemen, with a round of applause, let us welcome the Minister of Education, Honorable Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh. Thank you.
Honorable Minister for Central Region, representing His Excellency the President, Honorable Kwabena Duncan, Chair Emeritus Archbishop Matthias Nketia, who is also the Chair of Ola College of Education, Governing Council members and staff of Ola College of Education, distinguished invited guests, distinguished guest of honor, the Vice Chancellor of our Premier Teacher Education University, University of Cape Coast, Professor Ampiagati, parents and guardians, members of the media, class of 2019, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me great pleasure to join you all here to share in your joyous and special occasion. Let me begin by extending my warmest congratulations to our young graduates who have successfully gone through 3 years of training and now practicing their skills as teachers. Teaching is indeed a noble profession. Today, we are celebrating the fruits of your hard work at this prestigious institution, Ulam College of Education. Just as I became the Minister of Education, one of my mentors in education, the Senior Minister of Ghana, Honorable Osafo Bafo, visited me in my office. And as we began speaking, he started talking about Sister here. And she said she's transformed this august institution to become one of our premier colleges teaching science and maths. And he said, Napo, make sure you take good care of that college. Today, before I finish my speech, I hope I will make you very happy. We are not only witnessing the award of deserving certificates, but we are celebrating you as potential agents of change. High-quality teachers who are ready to teach, inspire, and educate Ghana's young people to lead the future growth and development of our country. So my first announcement is to make one of you very, very happy. Mavis Osujensi, from a humble background, you've come with the best and you've excelled. I think as a Minister of Education, the least I can do as an example for everybody to know that hard work matters, excellence needs reward, is to assure you that whatever course you choose to do between this year and next year, there are 100% government scholarship in whichever nation you choose to go. The President keeps telling me and asking me and directing me that, Nabo, the whole thing we are doing about education centers on the best teacher and the quality teacher. Without a good teacher, there is nothing called education. And I would like to celebrate you as an up-and-coming good teacher. And we hope that our motivation will lead you to become an excellent teacher. I would like to thank all the tutors and staff of this college for the support they've offered these young graduates in making this day a reality. I would like also to take the opportunity to applaud the management of the college for the outstanding performance on the new Quality Assurance Accreditation and Assessment Instrument administered by the National Accreditation Board. Your college is indeed one of the high performers and an example of how a good college should look. An example of how a good college should look and be like. Well done, sister. And I will continue to make you happy, I said. Very early on, as a Minister of Education, the President loves going to educational institutions. If the President is in town on a weekend, and most times he's in town on a weekend, and there's a school doing something, and he has been invited, he intends going. He has gone to the extent that I had to go to Mr. President, I'm not able to go to my constituency. He said, Nabo, the only time a student may be motivated and inspired is maybe when I enter that premises and he meets the President. The President loves education. So I can't understand why our early childhood center and our science laboratory in a science and maths college and our library as a distinguishing honor of every institution of education needs a library. It can be left standing for nearly 10 years or more. 13 precisely. If it was a child who would be going to JSS 1 or JSS 2. So I decided when I was coming yesterday to call my very good friend and colleague, the Get Fund administrator. He has decided not to go to any educational institution with me because the requests that come flood us. I said, let's go and support sister. So in order not to let him dodge today, I went and I drove him here myself. When he sat in the car, the first question I asked him was, what do we have for sister? He said, anything that sister wants, all completed buildings, I'm prepared to do it. So you can take it from granted that if God gives us good life, and I know He's going to give us good life, if He gives us good health, if I am still the education minister, next year by the time we come, we should be finishing the science laboratory, the early childhood center, and the library. I have indeed tasked the Central Regional Minister representing the President that he should liaise from tomorrow with the principal of the college and ensure that we can visit those sites if the contractors are dead, the buildings are not dead, resurrect the buildings and bring it to life so that under his tenure it will be said Kwame Duncan made sure that these buildings and the streets of Ola College of Education and the streets of Ola College of Education are assaulted. You know, Kwame Duncan went to Fansipim and he has ensured that after this in Fansipim, so he should ensure. I don't think it is, he didn't want to make promises, that's why he didn't speak, but he would ensure. Ladies and gentlemen, the world is becoming more and more complex, demanding more knowledgeable and skillful individuals who can use their knowledge and skills to impact the world. As a country, we are expected to use education as a tool to address the development challenges of the 21st century and prepare our citizens to participate in the global economy. There is a remarkable quote by John Dewey that says, if we teach today's students as we taught yesterday's, we rob them of tomorrow. Simply tell us that we cannot teach learners in the information age as we would have done some years ago. Memorization and rote learning, chew, pour, pass and forget, is a disaster and will not allow our students to succeed in the 21st century and compete globally. Learners must have an understanding and appreciation of maths and be able to apply the principle and concepts of mathematics in real life. One other motivating factor that pushed me to award Mavis a scholarship is the fact that peppered through the MPP manifesto on education is either we have to demystify maths or we have to make Ghana a mathematics-friendly nation. And so this is the first place I've been when the overall student who is being appreciated as somebody in maths and science education. So truly, we deserve more of Davises around. It is the determination of the Ministry of Education to promote the learning of mathematics and make Ghana a maths-friendly nation. In addition, learners should be allowed to enhance their creativity by solving new problems with no standard solutions available. We hear a lot about how important it is for learners of today to develop 21st century skills. 21st century skills are intended to help students keep up with today's technology-driven world. To stay competitive in this age, students need critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, and communication skills. These learning skills are very necessary if one can adapt and improve upon a modern work environment. Critical thinking simply means being able to investigate problems, make smart decisions, and be able to connect those decision-making skills with other subject areas. Creativity means learners must be given room and proper guidance to generate and test new ideas for them to be innovative and inventive. Collaboration means learners should be allowed to think together and harness ideas, skills, and achieve shared goals with others. Communication definitely means learners should be asked to show their understanding of an idea or a concept. They should be given room to share thoughts, ideas, questions, and solutions. Aside these learning skills, there's a need to focus on how students distinguish useful information from disinformation. In the age of fake news, schools must teach children to think like fact checkers, says an adult. Information literacy, media literacy, digital literacy, technological literacy are very essential literacy skills in preparing students to become more critical consumers of information. Adaptive leadership, initiative, productivity, and social skills are important life skills that can contribute to a learner's personal life. True success also requires initiative, requiring students to be self-started. Along with these 21st century skills require students to know about productivity, your ability to complete your task in an appropriate time period. The government of His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, through the Ministry of Education and its agencies, and with the support of the British government, through the Transforming Teacher Education and Learning in Ghana program, is ensuring that Ghana's teaching graduates are equipped to deliver high-quality, inspirational teaching in schools. The new four-year Bachelor of Education curriculum introduced to the College of Education since October 2018 is expected to produce a new generation of teachers who will be equipped with all the competencies of a modern-day classroom teacher. These teachers are expected to have all these skills that will make them digital literacy teachers. Sister was just telling me, I have to check. The first licensing exam, 75% of the students passed. The second licensing exam, I've just been briefed that 67% of those who sat the exam passed. Actually, it is very, very high. I was checking the records, and I went somewhere in America, one of the states, to check. And when they did the exam, one of the years, only 40% passed, those who have finished the university. The last time I checked the doctor's professional exam in Accra, I think everybody failed. So passing your professional exam is a badge of honor. Passing your professional exam is a badge of honor. It shows that when you were here, indeed, you behaved like maybe Solusefi, who in all ways decided always he should pass his exams and study very hard, like she told us. So as part of the reforms, the Ministry of Education provided the opportunity for teacher specialization in the degrees of early childhood or early grade, primary and junior high school. But our current problem as a country is that we don't have enough teachers in early grade and primary. So together with the National Council of Tertiary Education and the Colleges of Education, we will put more emphasis on promoting early grade teaching and primary school teaching, so that more students will go into that area, because very soon there are those with those skills and certificates in early childhood or early grade teaching and primary who will be automatically absorbed by Ghana Education Service. I am aware that as a premier, it's not a premier, as the best, probably not there yet, but as one of the foremost colleges of education in the country, Ola is not only doing the best thing in science and maths, but it's only one of the only 8 colleges that are doing early grade teaching. I would like to encourage you to expand on the intake of teacher trainees to meet the national demand, which is very critical. The Ministry of Education has taken several steps to create a teacher education system that produces the kind of teachers who will be able to improve the learning outcomes in this country. We believe that a strong regulatory framework has been created through a teacher education policy reform agenda. This will ensure that we have national regulatory bodies that are fit for purpose, whether it's the National Inspectorate Board coming to schools and ensuring that schools are doing teaching and learning, the National Teaching Council to ensure that we professionalize the teaching workforce, and other bodies to ensure that anybody with a certificate of teaching from Ghana will be first and foremost recognized by any other country worth its salt, that the best truly comes from Ghana. Today, the right conditions are in place to succeed as a teacher. Newly trained teachers have helped it takes to drive 21st century skill among learners, to improve learning outcomes and prepare them for a fast-changing, increasingly automated, information-saturated age. A few years back, we were told that only 2% of primary 2 pupils could read and write at their level. Recently, we also heard that Ghanaians are becoming the best readers in the world. So there is a need for us to deepen the reform and make the teacher more skilled and resourced more. What is going on now, starting from tomorrow, is the National Council for Curriculum and Assessment, together with the Ghana Education Service, is going around the whole country in training the in-service teachers to come abreast with a new curriculum. And not only are we retraining them, we are ensuring, like the Vice Chancellor said, the best research that is available on how to improve a teacher is what we give the Ghanaian teacher. And there are very few of things. Scripted lesson plans will be part of the training and part of the resource manual given to the teacher, so that you don't have to go and scratch your head and say, I'm doing my own scripted lesson plans. You'll be shown how to do it. Not only that, worksheets and work assessment forms will also be part of this manual. When I came here this morning, I saw a book on teacher sisters' shelf, Effective Strategy of Teaching. And I asked the teacher, sister, have you given one to every student? She said yes. Every student in Ola has one. Today, sharing prizes, I think you are the unfortunate ones. But those who got prizes all got a copy of the book as well. You can see some small person, and I suspect that. But what we are going to do as ministry is to ensure that every teacher in this country teaching in the basic schools gets a copy for free, to know that effective teaching is what we need to improve learning outcomes. For the graduates, where we build the science blocks, it was started at the Akufo-Addo era. Read, 13 years ago, what have we done? But to assure sister that we support you in what you are doing, it is given that I've already ordered buses. Ola will get 1 bus. And just as I was entering this August hall, whilst I was standing there watching and enjoying the march past, I saw this edifice and I was very, very happy. And when I was entering, Sister whispered into my ear that is the senior minister when she was the education minister that supported Ola. She was telling me, Napo, what are you also going to do for Ola? What I'm going to do for Ola? This one is not the Get Fund administrator who promised to finish the uncompleted buildings. That is the Get Fund administrator's gift to Ola. My gift to Ola is that we will build you a demonstration.
Well, the Diploma in Basic Education, DBE graduating students in the general program please rise. And for a diploma in basic education, DBE graduating students in the early childhood program, please rise. Please keep your tassels to the right. You haven't been confirmed yet. Vice Chancellor, University of Cape Coast, I, Reverend Sister Agnes Rita Agoma, Vice Principal of Ola College of Education, present to you the graduates of Ola College of Education standing before you and others who are unavoidably absent and for whom I stand proxy. These graduates have followed the approved programs of study over the stipulated period, passed the required examinations, fulfilled all necessary requirements, and have thus become eligible for the academic awards to which their studies entitle them. I pray for conferment of the awards due them.
By the authority vested in the Academic Board of the University of Cape Coast, I, Professor Jacinth Gatampia, the Vice Chancellor, University of Cape Coast, your mentor institution, now hereby pronounce the graduates of Ola College of Education, Cape Coast, duly graduated. Accept my congratulations.
Please change your tassels to the left. You are now graduates. Okay, thank you. You'll be seated. Please be seated. Now I will call or mention the names of the first class students first, and you come up here, go that way, take your luminous roll, and you shake hands with Tima, A. Portia, and Ameko Ejonam, our first class analysts.
Until the first class go before they sit down. Because the honorables are on their feet.
Okay, after the first class, please be seated, and the second class, upper division, Kofi Emma, Amanfi Josephine, Asamoah Patience, please, when you hear your name, you come up stage. Enki Mary, Brown Cecilia, Mame Fosia, Ahiaple Esther Eniram, Ankama Josephine, Ya Afiye, Elisa Apia Eugenia, Wedi Mensa Victoria, Ahin Alberta, Abdullah Howard, Clement Antoinette, Enchua Mensa Augustina, Yosin Mercy, Apia Dorcas, Anyimfo Alberta, Nyamiche Ifua Mariama, Ajima Nancy Owusu, Ata Josephine, Melubia, Pachi Joyce Repoba, Jacob Mensah Comfort, Mary Faustina, Amwate Jemima Sewa, Ukuyibo Salome, Daisy Comfort, Baby Grace, Sappho Susanna, Eddie Esther Pena, Dapa Jackie Obu, Kujo Rebecca, Ukoluwa Mercy, Asawa Repoba Grace, Apia Emma, Amwa, Deborah Niti, Semoji Janet, Mary Bushra Abba, Bafu Vivian Odubua, Asenyo Catherine Abinadele, Abu Grace, Otro Imprim Gitty, Frimpom Margaret and Shana, Benson Gitty, Akoroma Rachel, Isi, Abu Adana Audrey, Asina Loretta Gitty, Apple Sarah, Brown Media Attack, Nyakun Paulina Efia Sewa, Fusia Loretta, Abdullah Suraj, Hedayatu, Abba Mudirat, Abba India, Yakun Doris. Ajeku Jennifer, Wafu Patience, Bentu Jennifer, Ankama Joan, Akon Joyce, Williams Della Monica, Mensa Cecilia Duafo, Inyaglomase, Catherine Benyon, Sexre, Lydia Sewa, Isiamu Zina, Ampa, Deborah Benewa, Esiam Mary, Nonko, Anafua Jacinta, Nyame Dorcas Kankam, Kweya, Ashane Harry, Amuzu Sarah, Ose Gladys Nyako, Ochi Josephine, Yabua Fidelia, Yabua Rebecca Bafwa, and Secretary Tete Salome, Elinora Adogo, Kwe Charlotte, Fuglo Jendoli Forgive, Abroba Medel, Isiana Lewis, Brown Isabella Gitti, and Sanlenda, Asibu Yate Beatrice, Napa Mary, Jelfi Francisca, Ando Elizabeth, Watting Gloria, Gate Elizabeth, Agri Joycelyn Adwa, Achu Vera, Salifu Aminatu, Baby Ekia Juma, Fredwa Juma, Osla, Asian Elizabeth, Dako Helena Ampen, Arthur Josephine, Benson Christabel, Uvoriata Augustina Yabodua, Osei Owusu Portia, Bessa Grace, the son Felicia, Yosin Charlotte Abna, Ajay Vila, Shewa, Aqua Bridget, Ando Babies, Aga Vivian, Owusu Loretta, Atiatomi Bridget, Wahid Benes, Lawe Veronica, Dazi Perpetua, Abrefina Nine Ekia, Watson Glacia Sewa, Datsun Comfort, Doro Titibia Dina, Wood Sophia, Amampa Dorothy, Kwedu Salome Chirepwa, Asare Adwa Chirepwa, Kobina Vida Ifua, Texan, Casey and Amichen, Uti Dina, Wilson Agnes, A.D. Grace, Okorina Techuaya, Enin Doris, Apia Mercy, Abu Bright, Perpetua, Achampon Sandra, Banson Esther Beatrice, Wachinen Josephine, Amonu Emma, Elia Yves, Irene Nancy, Moko Sophia, Otro Georgina, Owusu Linda Korua, Okroma Dorcas, Watson Luna, Badu Joseph Repoba, Enisie Mercy, Zilonu Ruby Yayra, Ogo Janet, Clark Williams Sarah, Owusu Adolfo Lydia. Adunchum, Priscilla, Yale Nana Anima, Come Philomena, Mount Venice, Apa Hannah, Wanyo Christiana, Baby Rebecca Abba, Wachi Julius, Dansomata Ukogura, Anyan Veronica, Anyanake Catherine, Unsua Vincent, Barbara Francoba, Apa Helena, Faithful Susanna Isma, Ajay Tel, Penny. Second class lower division, Kisua Margaret, Kujo Jessia Patience, Adobere Safua, Sego Anastasia, Aqua Charlotte, Armstrong Lavina, Baby Janet, Anyomi Tasi Edna Ama, Eshen Patience, Edmond Charlotte, Eshen Theodora, Hanson Grace Abusia, Passion Patience, Central Augustina Portia, a 3 years Sabina. Please, less noise. Dr. Abina de Toma, Apana Elizabeth Anna, Wadina Bravo, Eddie Faustina, Asantua Colena, Abua Lucy, Togolui Elena, Secretary Pia, Sandra Damasi, Wafu Leticia, Abua Grace, Elia Tesla, Patrick Tesla Popia, Apple Simpson, Justina, Ortin Apple Beaches, Mankata Edwin, Red Bear Abena, Ameduki Elora, Wine Joyce, Pamphor Felix, Asiedua Diva, Adimangiti Abatua, Abeka Edwin, Mijima Amin Alina, Osei Patience, Edijan Rosemary, Aqua Patience, Swati Peku, Admit, Anyable Matters, Sefako, Koya Jemima, Babani, Afiye Edna, Misa Laura, Dr. Regina, Kosia Estella, Lobo Cancer Dorcas, Uncle Mutuwa Videnia, Doreen Sylvie, Nelson Hughes, Achapopa Victoria, Support Sarah, Sebe Linda, Etona, Abulai, Bariati, Ade Esther, a well patience, Support Friend the Lord, Entua Esther Shantua, a Shama Sarah, Waku Zena, Ayuba Sarah, Apia Matilda, Alpha Elizabeth, Agua Comfort, Yagua Naomi, Safonia Kodori, Agua Comfort, Akon, Ophelia Araba, Agua Olivia, Trewa Sarah, Jackson Christiana, Isel Charlotte, Abulai, Yvonne Ramatu, Benson Abba, Amankwada Namoni, Force and Sandra, Prime Vincent and Billy, York, Beatrice, Okain Francisca, Wako, Elena Zuma, Achampo, Okopia Prisla, Yakubu Ari, Pra Prisla, na Buwa Nancy, Apa Esuma Prisla, Asante Elia Sandra, a 3-year Vida, Anochiwa Francisca Wahine, Naemus, Force and Eunice Abba, Usu Dorcas Adua Daniels Christine, Ade Bonsu Vanessa, Abusa Nina, Esa Rahel, Konani Hannah, Ansa Debra, Barbara, Asabo Benson Christiana, Nasir Amatu, Uchiwa Sarah, Ukoma Popia Libra, Townsend Ophelia, Ataye Bakunani Joseph, Udu Davis, Evikora Sarah, Apia Ufori Godina, Lumo Matilda, Abayo Abigail, Ufo Diana, Okansi Janet, Kesua Belinda, Foster J. Baba, Sian Linda, Anna Nancy, Gazi Jennifer Yanko, Anna Davis, Sapon Charlotte, Labasia Dawson. Third class, Okran Anna Adrian, and Law Adrian Elizabeth. Ishra Isi Cynthia, Sarah Ruth Araba, Sani Kubari Kisu, Jasuwa Esther, Telia Wampo Rebecca, Yampo Margaret, Tyson Esther, Esuma Anastasia, Nina Delphi, Anna Abigail Iwa, Akarita, America Benedicta, Adi Case, Jeremiah Philomena, Abwadison, Slider, Abiu Margaret, Kwasi Victoria, and Korean Animal Florence, Patterson Esther Ida, Yaki Mary Casey, Baba Sewa, Baby Junior, Yabua Roberta, Aka Dorcas Blessing, Yamu Vanareta, Sego Mary, a 3-year Bridget, Dechi Edwin, a champion Christina, Afro Eunice, Aqua Joyce, Ebile Abigail Nanaya, Yabua Victoria, Roma Abigail, Abefi, Penny, Krista, Lucia Krista, Usubaika, Anna Rebecca, Kuma Joseph Edu, Dark Pasa Sandra, Usu Colena, Danso Messi, Juliana, Isuman Abba, Therefore, respond can come to patients and consecrate Urusa Fige Edna, Tiago Abeta, Isi Fulia, Ebusera, Thank you very much.
Let's have some silence, please. Please, the photographers, let's have some silence, please. I would like to invite the President of Olapsa Local, Mrs. Josephine Ainsiwa, to administer the alumni oath to the new graduates. Let's welcome her with a round of applause. The guy will turn to the last but one page of your booklet. The alumni oath is there.
Please, let's stand. You say after me. Where I'll say I, you say I, and you mention your name. We go. As an alumna of Ola College of Education, I do solemnly pledge to faithfully uphold the traditions of Ola College, founded by the missionary sisters of Our Lady of Apostles, imbued with the spirit of their historical mission, to serve the needs of humanity, and empower women of diverse backgrounds. I will endeavor to earn my own place among alumni who, by their devotion to this ideal, have brought recognition and honor to their alma mater. I mention your name. Do swear to commit myself to the highest standards of service to humanity wherever my life touches that of others. I mention your name. Commit myself to build a society of peace and justice. I further promise provide moral, intellectual, and generous financial assistance according to my ability to support my alma mater and encourage other alumnus to do same, and thus contribute to the noble work of the founding mothers. So help me God. And the touch, we shall hold it high. And the touch, we shall hold it high. And the touch, we shall hold it high. Welcome to the family of Olafsa.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Josephine Abba-Insua. We are finally coming to the end of today's program. And our litigation, honestly, if you hadn't come, this program wouldn't have been a success. Management is very grateful to you. On this note, I welcome the council chair to dissolve the convocation.
Thank you, Sister. So, still standing on the protocol already and duly observed, I have the privilege to dissolve the congregation. So, by the authority vested in me as the chairperson of the council, I have the honor to declare the 12th Congregation of Ola College of Education dissolved. Thank you.
So I invite all of you to be upstanding as we pray, thanking God for this successful ceremony. Loving Father, you are our help in ages past. You will be our hope for years to come. Your children thank you for having directed our affairs to a successful close. And we thank you for giving us all these pieces of advice through your competent children. We pray, commending ourselves into your loving care, Father in heaven, that as we leave this auditorium, may we be aware of your presence and grant that your children will be taken back home safely to their destinations, that they shall all sing glory to your name. We thank you for the lives of all our dignitaries. Bless them and keep them in your peace. For the lives of all members of this community, of Ola community, bless them and grant them your own peace and understand of your precepts. And bless our graduates also and keep them in your own love, wherever they will find themselves in the future. We ask this and many other favors through Christ our Lord, who lives and reigns with you in the unity of the Holy Spirit, one God, forever and ever. Amen.
The Lord be with you. The Almighty God bless you, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Amen. We'll continue standing for the college anthem. when we just speak for us. In our also. Congratulations. Please be seated. Let's take these announcements. Please be seated. All staff members, academic and non-academic, will be hosted in the science laboratory, and all media men should see Mr. Francis Bobu. Please, for the recession, the council will go ahead with the distinguished members, then staff will follow. And as we move out, please let's all be upstanding. And then after that, not now, when we start moving, please. And then
Mm.